Hello and welcome today for this hot lap around Singapore with iFishers. 23 turns, 3.1 miles as we blast around the streets of Singapore into turn 1 now, opening up the corner, swing the car in nicely, ride the curb there, slow the car down for turn 3, back on the power now, round turn 4, which is a bit of a nothing turn, heading into turn 5 now, wide on the apex, back on the power now, all the way down Raffles Boulevard. Top speed on the track is going to be here at the end of this straight, and a big braking zone coming up into turn 7. Use plenty of the curb on the inside there, run the outside curb, slow the car down into turn 8, miss the apex slightly, but it opens up the corner into the Badang at turn 9. Use the curve nicely there, right up to the barrier, under the Rolex sign as we go into the Singapore Sling at turn 10. Throw the car in, nice grip there for the Mercedes. Into turn 11 and 12 over the Anderson Bridge now as we slow it down for turn 13, get the car rotated, hit the apex nicely, back on the throttle early as we go up to the next straight. Wait for turn 14, quite a difficult little corner, invites you to outbrake yourself, nice to hit the apex there. Back on the throttle now into turns 15, 16 and 17. Into 16, into 17 there, back on the power, don't lose the car like Nelson Piquet. Into turn 18, under the stands, into turn 19 now, into 20, use the curb here, use the curb again, 21, rub up against the barrier, didn't really get close to it, didn't need to, throw the car in for the final corners and over the line, and that's a lap of Singapore.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another race here with RRC. Joining me in the commentary box again, we have Ben, aka Stringy.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you are well.
So the session has just about got started on our end, which we'll go live to shortly. We'll just wait for the drivers to put their setups on. Oh no, is it no setups? I can't remember.
No setups to setups.
Yeah, no, it's setups. It's setups.
Yeah, there are setups.
It's a
Straight into the race,
which we will put on now for you guys to see alongside the tables, which will all be getting redesigned for the stream. So Toon Fan will be taking pole position this evening with the championship leader Dan Murphy right at the back round Singapore. Obviously him, Kyle, Jonathan, Leclerc all wanting to get through as soon as possible this evening. Granty in a great position in 9th, so is Leclerc to come through the field. Obviously strategy will play a massive part tonight. Ben, what are your thoughts on this evening's race?
I love these formats. Reverse grid, you've got the guys with I'll try and put it a polite way, with not many points at the front, the fast drivers at the back, all about the overtakes, straight into the race. It's frantic. So great racing I'm expecting tonight.
Hopefully it will be another great night of racing, guys. So what we're going to do is take you into the lobby as the drivers are currently sat on the grid, just putting their setups in as we wait. Ben, strategy. We'll get right into that.
What do you do if you're at the front? That's, if I'm Toon, what do I do? Do you go softs and try and scamper away, but you're going to go back into the train? Looks like Tiacha's left the session, unfortunately. I'd go mediums. I'd start on mediums and try and go long into the race. But as we discussed last night, you've got the safety car that you need to think about.
With some of the faster drivers coming through and trying to get their way through.
Yeah, it's a very difficult one. Always makes for great racing, though. So, straight into the session now. We're going to go into a formation lap.
So as we can see, we have got Toon Fan on pole position in the Alpha. The colour decides not to get off the line spectacularly there. So let's see what tyres everyone has gone for.
Yeah, I was going to say that was the information I was going
at the front, and then we've got a bunch of guys in the hard tyre. Interestingly, we've got someone who's gone for the softs. I don't know if they're going to try boxing to the first safety car and go hards to the end.
I was going to say energetic on the softs. He has got a good show last night. We've got P7, last night's race winner. So, well, sorry, not race winner. He came P2, but he came through the pack. He showed great pace. So, Toon's got his work out at the...
Ben, don't know if you know, you do keep cutting out on us. It's happened on my end as well, if it makes you feel any better. Ben should be back in a second. I believe that's Benjamin rejoining.
The name's Ben, but yes.
We'll stick with it. So, fascinating strategies. Pretty much everyone's gone for the hards, the majority, a few mediums, then one soft runner with energetics. I'm sure he's going to be absolutely blistering off the line. Toon has gone for the mediums at the front, so he'll want to scamper away from the two behind him.
Has Toon got a scamper?
It's going to be a
That's the
fascinating
question.
race. I hope he does. For Toon, I hope he does. He deserves a scamper this evening.
No, I'm hoping he doesn't stack it in the barrier. We've got a lot of love for Toon up in the commentary box.
Got a big gap at the back as well.
Yeah. I'd like to see that gap closed up a little bit.
Who is it that's keeping the everyone back there? Energetics on his... Yeah. I think he's doing it for the sake of his tyres more than anything at the minute.
Toon's going to be waiting on the grid a long time.
Toon, where is he? Just pulling up now. Probably car has been now taken control of. Interestingly, Toon's starting in ERS mode 1.
So what do you do around here? You've started on pole many times. Do you dive across to cover P2 or just go down and take the optimal line?
You see how the start goes. Honestly, it depends how the start goes for you. Can never predict it. As we've got the cars lining up on the grid now, the last few cars just coming round the final corner. We wait on Dan Murphy, the final car, to take his grid slot, and here he comes onto the grid in the Williams.
Here we go. The calm before the storm.
So Toon on pole position. Can he convert this pole position into a win, or will there be luck from somewhere else within the field? We've got the lights coming on now for all of the drivers. We wait for them to go out. The lights are out and the drivers are away. Looks like an awesome start there from Toon. I think he's clearing away.
Oh, what a start by Toon at the front.
We've got a Red Bull diving right
Ginger,
at the inside.
Oh,
no!
Ginger Rage. No. Just keep it there, Ginger. Nice. I thought he was going to spin
on the
around.
side. We've got a VSC. Ginger got any damage? It doesn't look like he's picked any up. Bits of front wing all over the place at the minute. Have we got any movers from that first lap? We will have a quick look.
What a start by
Seb's up 4 places.
Yeah, he had a good start. Ginger went diving into turn 1, probably for a gap, but wasn't there on a full tank of fuel.
Jonathan Cox up 6 positions. Evil Hunter up 6 positions.
Yeah, good start. John will be happy with that.
So the
championship
leader has cleared. We're going to go on board with Granty in the middle of the pack.
Dan Murphy is in P16. He has got end plate damage for the championship leader.
This is not a track where you want to have some end plate damage.
The Toon's gone horribly deep off the Anderson Bridge. I don't know if you've caught that.
I did not catch it. Toon, keep it steady. Seb up into second place then. So can the man who got unlucky disconnection issues in yesterday's race and Monday Night Racing, if you missed that, it is on both our YouTube and Facebook page. Can he get a win tonight?
So let's...
Granty has gone through. Oh, we've got... Bagos has gone straight off into the run-up area there.
Samuel's got front wing damage in front of Granty as well. Oh, colour white, deep under the grandstand.
I think he's letting cars through. I don't know if he's got damage or if he's just slow, but he's giving Granty a tap through that corner. And I think he's taking some front wing damage for his problems. Because we've got cars coming into the pit lane.
Yeah, safety car.
Is there a safety car? It's not showing up.
Yeah, hasn't flashed up, but Toon is coming behind a safety car.
So who have we got in the pit? Samuel, Granty, White.
This has worked well for the boys that lost their front wing. Having an adventure on the first lap.
Second chance at redemption for these guys. If everyone could be smart at the restart, that would be ideal. Imagine we'll have a lap behind Bert and then we'll get going again.
Yeah, it's not a Singapore race without Bert Meinlander leading at some point. So that's worked out well for some of the boys. Surprised that... I'm just looking at Dan Murphy. I believe he went in the box.
I'll have a look. Daniel Murphy... He did not box. No,
okay. So who's this worked well for then?
Granty's gone to the soft tyres. That's a very interesting call.
That's a punchy strategy.
It's a bold statement from Granty. I don't even think soft medium worked for me. Soft soft medium, maybe?
Unless he's gambling on another safety car.
I wouldn't say it's out of the realms of possibility with this track.
I was going to say, you don't
two
know
laps
how
in,
to...
still in the first place, hasn't hit a wall. The big
He
news
nearly
of the
went into
evening.
one, but, you know.
Well, nearly's not going into it, is it? So, well done, Toon.
No, exactly.
You're keeping all of us here in the commentary office proud. So I think Seb is the big winner from the start, has to be said.
Yeah, I would be happy if I was Seb
He's
with
in
my
an
afternoon's
awesome
work so
position.
far.
Is Ben disconnected again now for whatever reason? You got some connection issues there, Benjamin?
No. I thought it was you that disconnected, but
No,
the show must go on for the people
I haven't
across Facebook and YouTube, so welcome to everyone during this safety car period. We hope to bring you some great racing as soon as the Mercedes AMG at the front pulls in.
I think we'll have another lap of Burt, we do.
So I wonder what Toon's thinking into the third lap of the race, still leading.
Seb, please don't dive bomb me, leave me alone, I want to win a race. I imagine. Something along those lines. So, safety car being out, that makes things interesting.
It certainly helps. Yeah, I was going to say, really helps the guys
who have had some issues in that first lap. Hopefully they've learned don't dive bomb.
Yeah, it worked well for Ginger as well. He was running last.
He's
now
a friend
P9.
of the stream as well.
He is a very good friend of the stream and the league.
And
Friday night commentator.
So, big losers from that. We'll have a quick look at the changed positions whilst we've got our time. So, we've got some real big winners in there. AP, well, Seb up 5 positions, AP's up 4. Owen Old 10. Cosmos 10 positions. We've got Dan Murphy up 12 positions for the championship leader. Great for him. I think he's got all of his front wing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I've just had a look. The big losers from that, though. We've got some big. Granty down 2 positions. It's not too bad. Jono up 6. Hunter Kyle up 6. Ginger, to be fair, it could have been a lot worse, only being down 5 positions. But the safety car should be in this lap, so we await to see Burt bring his car in.
I was going to say, definitely showed Dan Murphy having damage on my screen, so whether that was a glitch of the game, but championship leader doing well, so I don't think he'll mind too much at the minute.
So the lights are out on the safety car, which means it is coming in this lap, and we'll get back under racing rules. Lap 4 out of 31. I'm trying to find my words then.
Now, just watching Jono Cox, what did you do? He's battling for this title. You can see his prey a couple of cars ahead.
Back off a little bit if he's wanting to get going straight away, else he's going to get slowed down by the AI.
Toon's looking racy.
I think Toon wants to get gone.
Toon wants this done. He wants to be spraying the champagne in 45 minutes' time.
I mean, it's the dream of most drivers to spray the champagne on top of the Singapore podium, the fireworks going off here. So as Toon waits for the safety car to come in, he should be able to peel away any second.
He's half throttling, he brakes again, I think he's been stopped, yeah.
So hopefully
that has not worked well for him. Toon's under attack, he's under siege.
He's got Seb coming out in turn 1. Seb's not able to get through Toon using the grip of the medium tyres.
We've got Liam, who's had a bit of a trauma.
I don't know if he's just letting some of the faster guys through or what. Granty, though, all over the back of Ginger. Granty goes round the outside, down the straight, taps the wall there as well for good measure, but he's through on Ginger there. Got to move for 3rd place.
Liam runs off deep. I think he's letting some of them go.
At the front here.
Yeah, Liam's slowing down, letting the faster drivers go, I believe. Toon's under attack at the front.
All Toon needs to do here is just stay out front and keep calm. It's hard to overtake round here. Just use your battery where you need it. Toon nearly slams into the wall there. He's giving it absolutely everything. Go on, little Toon.
Just got to hit those braking points. That's all you got to do. Slow the car down at the right point. Get back on the throttle and just defend.
It's time to start using it. But Toon's in engine mode 4. He's pushing with everything he's got at the minute then. As Seb is under pressure from the TNR driver behind him in the Toro Rosso. AP's just behind him. A little bit of a cork in the bottle at the minute. Evil Hunter all over the back of Sam as well.
AP goes deep.
Go deep there.
Oh, TNR goes into the back of Seb.
He's still got his front wing?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. Just gave him a little nudge.
He's in engine mode 4. Tell you what, Toon has gone.
Yeah, I
Cosmos
think Seb,
has been demoted down in 6th place. Dan Murphy is all over the back of his teammate as well, coming on to the straight now for lap 5.
Yeah, I think Seb and I'll call him TNR Ole.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Granty's alongside Dan Murphy. I didn't even see that as Granty pulls out the way.
Samuel's retired.
He retired.
I think that's in the pit lane. Yeah, that's in the pit lane.
So no safety car for that. Liam has stayed out, so I don't know if he just wanted to run his own race. TNR though, all over the back of Seb now, coming down the straight.
Granty looking racy against Dan Murphy.
How was Granty?
No, he goes around the outside. Far later on the brakes. He's got so much more grip on those softs.
Yeah, he's got the inside line there. The move's done. He jumps over the curb to make sure the move's done there. Then on to the next victim for Granty then. Toon at the minute just extended the gap from 1.6 to 1.7. So Toon extending that gap out the front. I don't know if Seb's got front wing damage, you know.
Let's have a look. I'll take a quick look.
Oh, looks alright.
Yeah, he looks absolutely fine. Just don't think he's got the grip at the minute in the hard tyres.
And he's just closed. Toon's had a massive issue somewhere then.
Yeah, I think he went deep off the Anderson Bridge. Toons went defensive. He's compromised his line massively. Toons lost half his front wing. Toon's got front wing damage. Turns in on Seb.
No, Toon!
No. This is getting scrappy. And I think that's caused a safety car. There is a safety car on track. If I was Toon, I'd be diving in now and getting rid of that front wing.
I'd be getting rid of that and going on to the hard. So another safety car here. 2 within 5 laps.
And Toon dives into the box. Our race leader 2 miles ago. Chances are he's going to the back of the pack now. Granty box. That was a very short stint on those softs. Quite a few drivers coming to the box.
I imagine we'll see a lot of hard tyres. We've got a few mediums. Jonathan Cox going into the mediums. Granty on a set of mediums.
Granty holding up his teammate LPE. So LPE's having to wait for the McLaren boys. Jonathan Cox in the box as well with that beautiful looking Ferrari putting the medium tyres on. So Dan Murphy up 14 places now in P6. So, 6 laps in. Any thoughts so far?
Oh, sorry.
Apart from sneezing.
Hay fever.
Yeah.
Intense. Unlucky for the Toon. Where's it put him back down in 10?
P10 could have been worse.
Did Jono box as well? He did.
Yeah, Jono boxed.
I'll be honest, I think Seb's in a very good position right now.
Yeah, I believe he's in box.
Just got past Toon.
Yeah, he's in box seat at the minute.
I think Toon's
I don't know
some
what
sort of an issue.
Yeah, I don't know what line Toon's taking under the safety car, but they're not ones I'd normally advise.
I can't see an M plate on the left part of the car. Did he get it
if he's lost, I hope yes, because it was the right end plate he lost last time.
Well, he's missing the left one now. He nearly goes into a wall there. Toon pushing under the safety car as if it's a racing situation at the moment. We'll go find ourselves the lead. I think we'll be waiting for another lap or so till we get ourselves underway here. So the big winners, I'd say Seb and TNR. How many positions has TNR gone up? He's at 14 positions. Wow.
We got some huge winners in the top 7 there. Apart from Seb, they're all double-digit gains.
I think especially these guys on the hards. Dan Murphy as well. You've got to think, starting at the back of the grid, he's in 6th place. The Williams are getting excellent points that stands at the minute.
and extended his championship lead. So Toon has retired from the session. That's his afternoon done after 7 laps.
It's unfortunate for Toon because he was doing an excellent job at the front, has to be said. Just small errors cost, especially on a street circuit like this, where when you are pushing to your maximum, you're pushing up against the barriers, and a little bit too much, so you lose a bit of wing.
Yeah, it's a huge shame. Heartbreaker.
So we've already lost 4 drivers from the session. Toon, Liam, Samuel and Bagos.
So we've got all of the drivers weaving around at the minute, trying to get the tyre temperatures. So I think I said a couple of laps ago, Jonathan Cox can see his prey, the championship leader. Well, he can now, but that prey's further up the road.
So I was just trying to read something there on the other screen.
I hope it's interesting.
Something in Discord.
Is it broadcastable?
No. So I think we should get underway this lap to start lap 8, hopefully. Would very much enjoy some racing laps. So the lights are out on the safety car, which means we are getting underway yet again to go racing. Can TNR pull out a gap on the people ahead? Because he's going to need to. We've got Seb, AP, don't even know how to go around pronouncing that name. Cosmos, Dan Murphy. All on
I'll just call him FTH.
No, FTH it is.
Yeah.
So we wait to get underway then. So we've just seen TNR turn his engine modes up. He's gone into engine mode 4, so he's looking to get started.
He's looking to
that's
punch
the engine
away.
He's just turned. He's gone to start, but the game's not let him. And now the game's let him, and we're a go for the start of lap 8. GFO all over the back of TNR. Will he go for a move into turn 1? He's gone for the brakes nice and late. Hasn't got the move done.
How
close between the two of them there. So this is where TNR really needs to start pushing the car and building a gap if he can, but those medium tyres only give you grips for a few laps around here. 7 laps is probably peak grip. After that it starts to fall off and you do lose performance around here very quickly with the heat of the tyres. So Granty and Ginger are battling away, I believe. Yeah, Granty's got past, sorry.
Yeah, Granty's on newer tyres.
Jonathan has just gone through on Maverick. We've got a Red Bull of BFD and Energetics. I think Energetics just got past him as well. Evil Hunter at the minute. Dan, all over the back of Dan even. Get my words out.
Yeah, I was going to say, good racing.
One of the Williams there just nearly clattered into a barrier. Getting a little bit happy on the old torque demand pedal. Jono has gone through on Ginger there off the back of the Anderson Bridge. So the gap out front is currently a second. FTH currently 5 tenths away from third place man AP. Energetics has gone through on Maverick. These two, yeah, he's gone through on BFD Ross as well.
I was going to say, Jono's doing a good job of latching on the back of this group with Granty.
They're going. He's just tapped the barrier and lost a bit of his right end plate there. The Red Bull driver. We're going to go.
This is a nice group of cars. Cosmos, Dan.
Everything behind Cosmos at the minute is a nice, close little battle. Going to go on board with Jono for it, who seems like he's got an awesome exit off that corner, but he's used all his DRS this lap. Is Granty going to go for the move? No, but Jono's alongside him.
Jono thinks I might go around the outside.
A little tap.
Cosmos is letting Dan Murphy go, I think.
I don't think that was a terrible exit. I think he's got a very bad exit. Oh, and he also gets a nudge from good measure from Kyle.
Evil Hunter 98 there. So Jono's going to let this play out in front of him. He's turned his engine modes down.
For the move. He's there.
He's a brave man.
Jono's just going to go around the outside though. He's still got a tyre on the circuit. Has he got the move done? Granty will try to keep it around the outside. Oh, it runs tight between the two of them. But Granty just stayed ahead there. Great
Good
racing between the two.
Granty a little bit deep into the corner. Jono's I thought he was going to have the better exit. Yeah, ran the dang into the Singapore swing.
Whoa, Granty there is so late on the brakes. I thought he was going to the back of Kyle. Cosmos, I think, is holding this group up.
Yeah,
Kyle's going to go for the move. He's not. I thought he'd gone for the move. Gap out front at the minute.
Cosmos has had a mare. He's into the barrier.
He's missing part of his end plate. Yeah. His left end plate's missing. I don't know about the other. Oh,
wow, there's three abreast.
Who's going through? Granty's gone through. What a move there by Granty. Kyle through as well. Some excellent racing from all of them as Jono goes through as well on Cosmos. Wow.
Yeah, Cosmos was a bit of a cork in the bottle there.
Ginger as well coming up behind. He's got energetics all over the back of him. Go on, Ginger. Keep strong. So we'll go on board with FTH, the battle for third position at the minute. He looks to be the fastest man between him and AP. The front two have checked out at the minute. Their gap is currently, what, 3 seconds back? 4.5.
Yeah, they're doing well.
At the front, taking off. So
using the grip in the mediums.
A little bit round turn 1 at the minute. Not a lot of grip round there. So Granty's already closed the gap to Dan Murphy quite a bit. So Granty at the minute showing some awesome form.
Yeah, he's on nice 4-lap-old mediums versus Dan Murphy's 9-lap-old hards. I think he's going to get the move done.
Yeah, DRS is open. He's coming straight up the inside then. So here we go. Comfortable move in the end there for Granty. Dan didn't want to cost off. Oh! FTH got through on AP as well. Sorry, we missed that. We got any other people in the DRS zone? So I don't want to miss that. No, I don't believe we do. No, Ginger and Energetics are coming through the Badang.
Excellent racing throughout the field. Yeah, Cosmos, what's happened? Let's try and find. I'll jump through and see what I can find.
I think it was in the pit lane.
Yeah, I believe it was.
No, he's retired.
Between turn 3 and 4, I believe. 3 and 4.
Slow moving, so I don't, yeah, it's just retired in the barrier. It's not missing any of its tyres, so I think he retired in the pit lane. So TNR at the minute is clear. Granty all over the back of AP already, so Granty making a charge for this podium.
Those mediums working well.
He's trying to go around the outside, the inside. Granty putting on an absolute show here in the evening at Singapore. Great stuff from him. Jono all over the back of Kyle.
Oh, AP loses the rear. AP lost the rear.
Jono's going to have to try and get through. He squeezed his way through there as AP tried to squeeze him off the track, but he's got through. So going on board with Evil Hunter, who's about to get DRS. I don't know if Dan Murphy does. He doesn't. Will Kyle elect to go through here? I don't think he should. He's not. He's just going to wait.
AP lost a bit of traction. Granty gave him a little nudge, and it was enough to lose the rear and let 3 cars go.
So we'll stay on board with Kyle as he makes his charge. Him and Granty are absolutely fine, and Jonathan Cox for that matter, on the medium tyres. Kyle's doing an awesome job on 9-lap-old tyres. It must be said, the gap's starting to close at the front as the tyres start.
Yeah, Kyle's gone through on Dan Murphy at the bottom of the DRS straight.
Granty will start.
Jono's going through on Dan Murphy as well. This is close.
He's got through.
Yeah, as Jono Cox gets through now and leading into the Badang.
Ginger all over the back of Energetics as well, so he's doing an awesome job in the Toro Rosso.
Just as I thought Jono Cox was going straight into a barrier, he manages to save the situation.
No, he seems to be doing a good job at the minute. Dan seems to be really struggling at this point in the race, which I wasn't expecting to be saying from the championship leader. He's usually always on top form.
Yeah, the tyres aren't yielding much grip, those 10-lap-old hards.
Nevertheless, at the minute, we're 11 laps into 31. We've already had 2 safety cars. Toon, who started on pole position, is already out, and we have already lost Cosmos to
I tell you what, though, the two leaders are scampering away.
What's Granty's pace compared to the leaders? Because I imagine he's the fastest on track at the minute.
Let's have a quick check. So his last lap was a 42.2.
That was his fastest lap. Then there, Granty sets the fastest lap of 41.4. 4 tenths quicker than the leader's gone at any stage this race. He wants to get past the FTH as soon as possible and start closing that gap.
Yeah, he's going much quicker than the leaders now.
And Dan Murphy already 2 seconds behind Dan. What's Dan Murphy's pace like compared to the 2 leaders?
With showing a yellow sector 2. Dan Murphy's pace has dropped off.
I thought Granty was going to go for the move there. He has got quite low on his ERS, so I imagine he'll try staying 0 now for the rest of the lap, try to regain some to make an overtaking move at some point.
As a comparison,
the lead is now within a second.
As a comparison, 2.2s. Dan Murphy on the same age, 11 lap old hards, is doing 44.2s.
Wow.
Yeah.
CFO Seb's car, if you're on board with him, you can tell he's running no traction control because the back end's all twitchy. Granty all over the back of FTH. He's probably screaming at this point, just let me go.
Yeah, this isn't your race.
We know one thing about Granty, he will go for an overtake.
Yeah, if the move's there, he'll go for it. But around here, the barriers are so close that if you get it wrong, you'll pay for it.
I'm going to go on board with the leaders, though, because God has Seb closed up on TNR. I expect TNR to be in the pits within the next 3-4 laps. He's in now.
He's going in now.
So he's going for the hard tyres now. That puts Seb into the lead, and let's see what pace Seb has, because I think Granty's going to be through. So here comes Granty onto the main straight to start lap 13 for him. Up the inside of FTH, elects against the move. FTH goes wide though, he's on the curb. Granty is going to go through.
Yeah,
Jono's gone through as well. So Jono, FTH really held those two up, because Jono's come through as well.
Jono's on the back of Granty.
So the question is can these two, Jono and Granty, who have made an absolute charge through the field, may it be said. How many? Yeah, Jono's up 15 positions.
Crikey. What drive?
So at this stage, these two will really want to start trying to close that gap on the leader and hopefully go with each other. They don't want to squabble too much.
Yeah, I was going to say, watch the interval gap between GFO Seb and Granty.
Ginger has got a move done on Maverick as well.
The gap is dropping.
As Ginger there has nearly got into the wall but manages to stay on track round the Badang. So John O'Cock's closing up to Granty at the minute. We'll go on board with Mavericks. I think he could be going past Ginger soon. But his tyres are probably screaming enough as well. Where did the race leader reach? So down in 12th. So he's got a lot of work to do to get through the traffic. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, the field's so tightly bunched up at the minute.
The gap at the front though, dropping lap after lap. Well, corner by corner it would seem.
I was going to say, just from what I've seen then, GFO7's final corner calling for a downshift or two, and Granty just lifts off.
I just saw that. Granty went down to 5th. Granty's got so much more grip at the minute. Damn, Evil Hunter in the pits then. So, Mercedes in the pit lane, going for that hard compound of tyre. We're going to go on board with Jonathan Cox.
Yeah, the TNR is coming up in some traffic now, so we need to clear this quickly.
Go on board with him. How close is he to that McLaren?
It's a gap that's ever closing.
I think this is the progress we're going to want to follow. AP's just dropping through the pack. From 3rd down to 6th, and I think it could be... Oh no, the gap's just extended again.
And Granty's pulling that gap back in now between GFO Seb, down to 4 seconds.
He needs to do it. He's nearly at half race distance now then.
He's got John O'Cox following him closely as well.
It'll help John out, he'll just be sat in the DRS, so he could be saving ERS to put a late charge on at some point in this stint. He could always do an extra lap and do as much as he could, but you never know around this track. The undercut is massively powerful around here as well, it has to be said. Oh! Is LPE's gone into the wall?
Oh no!
Just before the Anderson Bridge, I could see that being a safety car situation. Do we have a Burt on track? We don't.
No, I think it's a VSC. I haven't got the information, but everyone's slowed right down. And there is no safety car waiting.
They're in engine mode zeros as well, so I think we're in a VSC window.
Yeah, I can see a VSC
I don't think
flashing.
anyone will try pit. Look at the gap. 2.7.
I don't know if you're a leader, it might be worth boxing. It'll save you time. I'm surprised no one has boxed yet.
I think we might be out of VSC. Yeah, we're out of VSC now then, and we get going once
so TNR needs to get this move done now on Maverick up the pitch straight. If you want to hop on board, it's going to be done very shortly.
I don't see it being a big issue for him. He should have a lot more grip as he goes through.
So that's an important move to get done onto his next target, Energetic.
I thought Grantley would have closed the gap a little bit more. I don't know if it extended over the VSC and Grantley didn't quite get the start right. So what are the stories of the race so far, Ben?
I think the big story of the race are the big gains that some of the drivers have had. Dan Murphy, John O'Cox, 15 places each. FTH, 13 places. So you've got some drivers making some really, really good gains at the minute, and they're hoping that they'll stay in at least in those positions. That little bit of barrier
just for the Anderson Bridge, by the way. If you go on board with Maverick, you'll see it in a second.
Yes.
Just on the left-hand side, you'll see it poking out where it's been hit.
Ooh. That's going to cause a bit of an issue if anyone decides to brush up against it.
Yeah, that's usually why I brush up. So Jono's sticking nicely with Garanti at the minute, the closest two drivers on track, and they're rapidly closing that gap on GFO Seb. But Seb can't box yet. So what is TNR's current gap to the race leader? 23 seconds, so it'll be tight for him to retake the lead. What's his relative pace compared to the leader at the minute?
Let's have a look. Okay. I think with all the boxes and that, hasn't done a representative lap yet. So just give a couple more laps. Yeah, I was going to say, done his box lap and then an out lap, and then we went into a VSC. Grantley's got a 3-second penalty.
That is not popped up on my screen.
Yeah, 3-second penalty's just popped up on my screen.
Oh, there it is. It pops up on the bottom now. 5 seconds for Cosmos for speeding in the pit lane. Has Seb got any warnings or anything, or is he all tidy at the minute?
Let's have a look, but the gap is down to 2 seconds at the front. So Seb, no warnings at all.
So at the minute, Seb is dazzling under the lights, but he's got Grantley rapidly closing in, and the gap's about to drop to just below 2 seconds, I think.
So I've just had a message pop up, Evil Hunter drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC.
Ah.
I don't know if that's an old message or that's only just come up on mine. Heartbreak for the Mercedes driver.
So Ginger has interestingly decided to go for the medium tyre at this stage of the race. So I don't think it will go to the end from there.
No, I know. That is very, very touch and go if that's going to the end.
It's optimistic, I'll give him that. As Grantley's closing that gap now on GFO. 2.9 the gap, 2.2, sorry.
I think what GFO's best doing is wait for Grantley to close up and then peel off into the box
and go for
and try and make use of an undercut.
Well, he's going to have those medium tyres as well, so he's going to be rapid.
I was going to say, in the next lap or two, I could see them easily getting to the end on mediums.
Yeah,
so I would make use
right onto the back of AP, so we'll go on board with that battle as they go down towards the straight that I keep forgetting the name of.
Raffles Boulevard.
Yeah, I've been told about 6 times today, thank you. Just keep forgetting what it's called.
I was going to say, we can keep going through it.
The flap is open on the Marriott Bonvoy. Into the braking zone. Nice and easy move done there for car number 96. Gap seems to have stabilised a bit between Grantley and Seb. It's not coming down massively anymore.
No.
But I don't know if it's in it seems like it's this sector where Grantley just seems to have a lot more confidence in the
car.
car.
I was going to say, it's always sector, back end of 2 and into 3.
Jono's still sticking there just within a second or so. We've just had a message from Tune saying disappointed with that race. He had understeer under the safety car due to forgetting his setup and straight into the barrier and lost all of his wing. Unfortunate there for Tune.
Oh, unlucky.
I'll tell you what, Tune, for someone who didn't have a front setup on the car, you made a good gap at the start, buddy.
And just think, next week we're starting on pole again. So, something to look forward to. So, Grantley has made up 3.5 tenths in that final sector there.
He's made up 6 tenths, I think it was, over the lap. If my maths is any good, which is questionable.
If it's anything like your spelling.
Yeah.
So let's
I knew that one was coming. Thank you very much, Benjamin.
Yeah, I just had to wait for that.
Have you been
That was
waiting for the
well
chance?
worth it. Yeah, I was going to say 18 laps. Managed to shoehorn it in. So as we got Dan Murphy in the box. So what's he going for? He's going on to the mediums now. Williams pit boy's getting to work. So Granty 1.5 behind the leader now.
So Dan Murphy out on a brand new set of medium tyres in time for him to make hay.
I was going to say it's going to be Granty's either got to box this lap.
The thing is as well, Granty, I think I've got a feeling that someone's going to go for a move at some point, and I see another safety car coming out.
I think it's worth rolling the dice. If I was Granty, I'd be peeling into the pits now. If I was GFO Seb, I'd be going into the pits.
This Puppy's just said, great stream and commentary, gentlemen. Thank you very much, Puppy.
Thank you, thank you.
You say you're not here tonight. I would have loved to have seen your race start from somewhere towards the front and just backing out. That would have been entertaining.
Yeah, I always enjoy watching Puppy
so
race.
Kyle has got through on Ginger. Ginger's using the throttle like an on-off button at the moment. Gap at the front, 1.3 seconds though, so Granty tearing time out of Seb. Seb stays up for another lap.
Unless, how long do you reckon the softs will go? I wonder if they're holding on to the softs. Will they do about 10 laps?
6, 7 laps. So Jonathan comes into the pits then. What tyres has Jonathan Cox gone for? A
mediums.
set of the medium compound tyres. And out of the box he comes then. Where will Jonathan rejoin? Imagine TNR is going to go flying past him. The gap between them will interest me though. As TNR goes round turn 1, Jono
he's long gone.
Pit lane limiter off. So I don't know if AP's had connection issues. With Dan Murphy, as we've got Maverick in the pit lane as well. Granty now within a second or so of the race leader.
TNR is 19 seconds off the lead. So he is provisional P1. But he's going to be hunted now. Granty 9 tenths off the lead now. This is where the next battle's coming from.
So Jono rejoined 9 seconds ahead of Dan.
Fastest lap there for Jono as well. It's flashed up.
Well, I've not had that pop up for me yet. Or I missed it, one of the two. It's probably the latter. Been at a 140.7.
Yeah, but he's only just come out of the box, so I can't help but feel this is old news. Yeah, he set that on lap 12. So old news filtering through.
Else at the minute.
I was going to say, if we are watching the
Seb comes in
race,
to the pits. As Granty now puts his foot down and it's time to go. I think Granty will probably rejoin behind Jono.
What is important is where Seb filters out now.
Or is Granty going to put on an absolute storming show for us and stay on these medium tyres till the end? It's FTH 19 laps on a hard compound tyre. He goes round for another lap.
Seb was held in the box then for quite a while.
Did he get a penalty for anything?
No, because the pit work had all complete and then they were just stood there.
He just had his first warning.
So Jono's gone past.
Through.
Yeah.
So at the minute, Jono's in box seat, I'd say. Well, TNR, sorry, I completely forgot TNR had even boxed. But I can't help but think Jono will close 6 seconds of gap pretty rapidly on these
Those
tyres.
mediums are going to be mighty. What that tells me, though, is the undercut, as we suspected, is powerful, if not deadly.
4 seconds now ahead of Seb, and he was, what,
he was behind him considerably.
Behind?
Yeah.
It may have been 4 seconds. Again, my maths isn't great.
It was a considerable gap, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Then you're not tying yourself up to a number.
Well, I don't know. I'll go down with this shit.
So Granty's now, what do you do? Do you stay out and try and go softs?
It's an option.
Put all your money on those red tyres.
23 on those mediums, go soft. He'll be quick for a few laps, but they'll burn out very, very quickly. And at the minute, we'll do some quick maths. Going to go on board with TNR, who's closing up to energetics. He will currently rejoin around Seb to gap 27 seconds. So if Granty was to pit this lap, which I don't think he has, unless I'm wrong, Granty in the pit lane then. So we're going to go on board with Granty because I want to see where this man rejoins the race. So Granty into the pits. What tyres has he gone for? Another set of the medium compound tyres. He's only done one lap on them already, so they're not brand new. But they're a hell of a lot better. Jono coming around the final corner. Granty's still in the pit lane. So one Ferrari through. Where's the other Ferrari compared to Granty? It's going to be close between the two of them.
He's gone.
So the second from both Ferraris have gone through.
Jono's got a close up on the back of TNR though.
I think TNR is about to go for second place.
He's battling with Energetic.
Close between the two of them. Energetic holds the inside line. TNR round the outside. He's got the inside for the next corner. Mind the dang. And he is through. So if I was TNR, I'd be saying, right mate, thank you for that, I'm going.
Yeah, thank you, I'm off.
So the only man not to stop at the minute is our race leader, FTH, who is still yet to stop.
What an awesome stint.
I don't know what his race pace is like. It must be consistent if he's decided to stay out. We must not be losing too much time. But Jono at the minute, I can't help but think is in a very, very nice position.
Yeah, FTH is doing 42s. 42 5s. 42 2s, so very good pace. He will need to box though.
Where is he? He's coming through the final few corners. We'll just see if he makes the...
If he boxes, he's looking at coming out P...
He's going again.
If he boxes, he's coming out around P6, 7.
So a bit of a lull I think we're about to get in this race, but I think it's all about to liven up again.
Yeah, I was going to say, the race is between TNR and John O'Cox, because that gap is coming down. And it's coming down at an alarming rate of knots if you're TNR.
Granty's starting to catch up to Seb as well. But I think Granty, with those two, were on similar pace, I think, on a similar set of tyres, so that'll be a... Granty will want to get that move done. He doesn't want to get stuck there if he has any chance of getting towards Jono. What a fascinating race. I've lost complete sense of what's happened with strategy.
Yeah, I was going to say it's...
Jono's on a 3-stop. Jono and Granty have done 3 stops.
It's easy to lose your bearings on this race.
So at the minute, Jonathan Cox 13 seconds off the race lead. But again, the race leader does still have a pit stop to make.
What a good effort by the drivers, though.
Oh, they've done a great job today.
It's a very tough track. And what makes this event even harder is there is no qualifying beforehand. You get thrown straight into the race.
You got no idea. I mean, I'm sure a few of the guys have probably been on doing a bit of practice, but you never really know how the car's going to feel till you've done a few laps and you've got...
I was going to say, it's that...
The competitive swing of things. Granty, by the way, 1.4.
Yeah, I just saw that. I was going to say, it's that... When you go down
Cox
to
can see
turn
TNR
1,
now.
even Hunter, I think, has ditched the car into that barrier.
In the barrier. So
the
will there be
barrier
a safety car? I believe Bert's on the track.
I think you're correct.
So
that piece of barrier you mentioned that was sticking out.
Oh no, FTR's still on track.
Yeah, he would have boxed. I reckon he'd have gone past.
TNR in the pits. GFO Seb stays out. Who else have we got coming in? Granty stayed out. Jono in the pits. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Fireworks.
This is the race. So if Kyle was listening, even Hunter 98, he didn't take on board your advice about the barrier.
Oof. So, what happens now? We've got 3 sets of softs on TNR, Jonathan and Energetic. Dan Murphy in the pits as well. He's sitting at putting a set of softs on that Williams. What's Ginge going to do? Ginger comes into the pit lane as well. So 3 safety cars, wow.
I don't think... I'm watching Jono on his lap just out from the pits. I don't think he needs to be pushing this hard under a safety car on soft tyres.
Yeah, Jono, don't burn your tyres out, buddy.
He's giving it plenty. I'd be giving it plenty of lift and coast.
So, FTH, I'm intrigued to know why he stayed out. Does he know he needs to pit? Is he going to try go to the end and just see what happens?
Yeah, he can't. He's got to pit.
Well, I'm aware, but I'm intrigued.
I can't, unless he only just missed the pit entrance. And if so, it's massively unfortunate for him.
So,
I
Ben,
think
if I
we're
was
going to
to say to you, pick a podium.
Oh man.
Anything?
Good. I think that's like that's like $1 million question. I wouldn't even know where to start. I think you can argue a very good case for most of the drivers in the top 6. Maybe apart from FTH, who has the box, but from P2 to P7, they're all very, very good drivers.
I could pick one, but I don't want to.
FTH goes into the box now.
I don't want to write Granty off. He's had some wicked pace, but then you've also got the guys on softs behind. But their softs are tight, so I think it'll be close again towards the end.
I was going to say GFO, sorry, stayed out on his mediums.
So Puppy has just given his prediction. John Cox, Granty, Dan Murphy, as he's deleted it as well.
Ah, come on. You got to stick to your prediction, Puppy. Come on.
Sorry, mate, I'd already seen it. I'm fascinated by this race. I genuinely don't know where anyone's going to finish.
Yeah, I'd love to be racing in it.
No.
I wouldn't do it justice, but
I'd give it a good try.
the thing about the safety cars, they just upset the rhythm so much. You know, you get going, you're in the race pace, you're in the race rhythm, and then you slow it back down again for a safety car. It's a little bit annoying. So we're all just catching a breath. At the moment, Evil 198 causes this safety car. There's some boys out there looking pretty racy.
I can say at the minute, we're just waiting. I think it's Maverick that is way downfield. Yeah.
So you got GFO, Seb on old mediums. You got Granty on new mediums, I believe. Let me just check. Yeah. So Granty's on new mediums, then TNR has gone about it differently and went on new softs. Johnny Cox on new softs. Energetic new softs. Dan Murphy new softs. So they're all going about it very differently.
I think the two at the front are going to have to go with everything they've got.
Yeah, I'd be turning that Ferrari engine up into mode 11, giving it all the tricks and toys the Works engine has.
So the safety car is coming in. GFO Sab. Engine mode is in for Granty behind him, TNR behind him. Then we've got BFD Ross is kind of in the middle of all of them. Which is me. Oh, none of them have got particularly great restarts. The two at the front are gone. So
we're back of the way racing.
Oh, thank you, Benjamin.
I was going to say that just all ended a bit suddenly.
Yeah. So as you watch all the cars coming down the straight now. As Dan Murphy has got the move done. On the Mercedes, the Mercedes go back up the inside. He'll try, but Dan Murphy cuts across and gets the move done.
The customer engine showing its power over the Works Mercedes.
I feel like being waiting to say Works Mercedes all evening.
I do like that. I do like it. GFO Seb and Granty are trying to scamper away.
I think the big problem for them is you've got some guys on the softs that are all over them, and Granty's all over the back of Seb as well. Oh,
yeah, I don't know how much of a
rear end tap from TNR there.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a scamper GFO Seb has, because those mediums are pretty second hand compared to what's behind him.
Looking to get the move done on TNR as well.
Granty's thinking, I need to get this move done because I need to get out of here.
Seb is driving very defensively at the minute, though.
That's the beauty of this track, though. You can overtake. It's how ballsy you are to get that overtake done.
Granty is all over
Granty's lost a bit of end plate, I believe.
Yeah, he has.
Oh, no.
TNR is right at the inside of his barrier, around the outside of the final corner, has to back out of the move, doesn't quite have the grip. That'll get John O'Cox all over the tail of him then.
Look how close they are. The top 5, top
So now,
6. This
I'm
is...
intrigued to see how defensive is Granty. Because if
Yeah, I
he's
was
missing
going
some
to
end
say.
plate...
He's got, what, 5 laps? He's just got to bring this home. Park the car in the right places.
Oh,
but
he's just got no grip, bless him.
I was
Seb's
going to say
already all over him.
the traction from the cars behind is going to be ridiculous. He needs to park
Granny
that car.
closes the door.
What's happening? I just see carbon fibre flying everywhere. I see a Ferrari running off.
What has happened there?
No. This is all getting a bit
Granty.
tight. No, Granny's just giving it a bootful as well, and he spun the car. I think GFO said is he missing anyone? I don't believe so. I did see some fly up though.
It looks like it's all on his car.
So that's Granny retiring.
Unfortunate for him.
Yeah, I think that's Granny retired on track. Let's have a look.
Go back on with the lead battle then. His TNR is all over the back of Seb.
So Seb's back in the lead. Now he's just got to park the car in the right places again. I say that like it should be easy. But these boys behind are all on soft tyres.
Will they last though? That's the question.
This is when your heart starts beating. This is when you feel it beating in your mouth. Thing is, those soft degs so quickly.
Jono looking racy, tries to go up the inside.
No.
No.
TNR's lost the rear. He's lost the front wheel. He's gone. He's out of the race.
Wow. So 2 of the favourites out within a lap here.
So what?
The boys have got a little bit too... Yeah, the boys have got a bit too racy.
So TNR took a small hit from Jono, is that fair to say?
Yes.
Let's have a look at Jono. Has he got wing damage? He's battling anyway with Dan Murphy.
Don't think he's got wing damage.
TNR might be on the blower to the stewards after the race, saying my race ended prematurely from a hit from a Ferrari. Wow. What a couple of laps after the safety car to spice things up.
Yeah. So Dan Murphy up in the podium positions from the back of the grid, which is
Just
great
how?
for his championship.
He was looking hopeless 10 laps ago. He was down in P7, 25 seconds off the lead.
17 positions.
He was 25 seconds off the lead, looking like the race was going nowhere. And now he can see the leader. His problem is he's got to get past John O'Cox. John O'Cox has already shown what he's willing to do. Fight for every little bit of track. Unfortunately,
currently has the fastest lap. He does a 1:39.2.
Did flash up for me. Dan Murphy under attack from Energetic.
Whoa, was I decent there quite badly?
Yeah, so John 9 tenths off the lead now. As TNR leaves the session, massively unfortunate for him.
Dan parks the car there. Jonathan's starting to close up on his Ferrari teammate. Teams from Singapore this year, you could say, then.
Oh,
last
yeah,
year.
What a race. You know, on his day, Sebastian Vettel, dominant display, as always, around Singapore. GFO said, doing it justice.
Right.
John O'Cox lurking behind, ready to pounce. Might be under investigation at the end of the race, though. I'm sure the stewards will be interested.
The stewards will have both Jono and Seb under investigation at the end of this race.
So, a little bit of trouble for the Ferrari boys.
Dan Murphy
I'm sure.
Losing pace to the front.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dan Murphy's pace today hasn't been spectacular.
And if you watch Seb at the minute on Jono's view, you can tell that Seb has more traction.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jono just doesn't. He looks like he's there. He's just not there to attack. I'm sure if one of these Ferraris cross the line, though, at winning the race, they'll raise the flag at Maranello. Dan Murphy just losing touch constantly against the leader of Ferraris. The Italian horsepower working well around the streets of Singapore under the lights.
So we'll go back on board with Energetic. In fact, we'll go on board with FTH because he's behind both of them.
I was going to say, what a fantastic view, as I just saw a Mercedes get out of shape.
Yep.
With Energetic.
And that's FTH going straight through, saying thank you very much in the Haas.
I was going to say, Energetic giving a Scandinavian flick onto the Raffles Boulevard.
So Ben, story of the race?
What has amazed me, and it shows why, Dan Murphy and John O'Cox, duking it out for the championship. There they are, P2 and 3. I'll add P2 provisionally. Stewards will be taking a look after the race, as we heard.
The big loss for Evil Hunter, though, because he was only 10 points behind Dan Murphy.
Yeah,
John O'Cox 11 points behind, so he'll definitely move up into second place.
But this is
FTH, why closing that gap massively on Dan Murphy.
This is why these boys are at the top of the championship. When it matters, they can carve through the field, make the right decisions at the right time, keep the nose clean. Maybe give someone a little nudge with the nose as well, but some people would argue all's fair in love and racing.
Is that how the saying goes?
No, it's how it goes now.
We're going to go back within 6/10 of the race leader. FTH opens a flap on the rear end of that Haas. He's really closed up on Dan Murphy.
Yeah, that gap at the front has been bobbing around a little bit, but Jono's never really broken the 6/10 barrier. As they go down Raffles Boulevard, 2 Ferraris.
So here goes FTH, doesn't quite have the speed there to get through.
What do you do? Do you charge your batteries now, ready for a final lap assault?
Yeah, and if I'm Dan, I go.
I was going to say, give it everything if you want.
He doesn't have it.
If you're Dan Murphy, you give it the beans.
All
Dan's got to do, though, all Dan's got to do is keep close, because, keep close to the top 2 as well. If they're both under investigation, Jono's 3 tenths behind the leader now, parked on the diffuser of Seb. But if those 2 Ferraris get a time penalty after the race, they may inherit the win.
Between both of them down the straight. One of them was in engine mode 0, the other one in engine mode 0.
Jono is going to run out of battery. He's at 7%. Seb's charging his at every opportunity.
So I don't know if FTH is listening, but he's got that thing in 0.
So Jono's lost touch again with the leader, gap at 8 tenths.
So here we go then, on to the final lap. We will rejoin with the leader at some point, but at the minute the battle for 3rd place on track is still on. So FTH opens the flap once more down the main straight. Dan Murphy not electing to use his battery power down the straight by the look of it with the red light flashing, which means I am at full throttle, but my car is not.
Yeah, so Jono's dropped. Jono's down to 1.2 gap now.
Oh, FTH needed a better entry onto that straight. Dan Murphy's absolutely nailed it. FTH is going to give everything and hope
flashing the battery deployment, though. That's a bad time to be flashing the battery deployment.
Well, FTH has gone through into 3rd place. A man who was on the hards for, what was it, 3 laps?
What a race as FTH goes horribly deep. Heading towards the Badang now. As they slow the car down. Back on the throttle now.
Maverick and Ginger are battling out as well in the final lap. Ginger's been pushed slightly off the track there by Maverick. A little bit rude, but I'd still say fair racing between the two. Energetic just watching ahead at the minute, see if he can also get through on Daniel Murphy.
So the gap now between FTH and the leaders is around 5 seconds. So GFO said it's just...
Is Energetics? He's giving it an absolute tank slapper there down the straight.
Giving the people a show.
What had nothing to do with him.
Pushing the tall demand pedal for the people. As Seb navigates the final corners now, as we'll go on board with him, I hope, to see him cross the line.
Back on board with the race leader then, who has done...
So Seb approaching the final corner now. Swings the Ferrari through. Car number 14 crosses the line to win the Singapore Grand Prix. The fireworks shoot up into the night sky. They're all for him. Seb, the race winner for Tuesday
Dan
Night
Murphy's
Racing.
into P2 with penalties.
Oh, wow. What a result. What a race.
Oh, West Yates must be livid, bless him. He's only a 10th off the podium. Ginger?
Oh, that must be a sickener.
Did Ginger retire in the pits?
I want to say no.
I can see where that car's parked on the map.
Yeah, but he's in a Red Bull. There is a car parked down at one of the corners.
No, Ginger was in a Toro Rosso.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Okay, he retired in the pits. He thought he didn't want to cross the line. Bit like a Schumacher in Silverstone.
I respect the decision.
Whew, what a race. My heart's pounding. As BFD Ross is still trying to navigate the track and loses a bit of front wing. Ginger keeps P8, finishing in the pit lane. And BFD Ross trying to bring the Red Bull round the final corner, and that's it for the Singapore race.
Wow, what a race. So an hour after we started, what a race from the guys here this evening. Thank you very much, guys, for that. Go over the finishing order for you in just a second as we watch Seb celebrate. Car number 14.
Beautiful to see Ferrari on the top step.
Well, it happens very rarely in real life. It's a good thing the game exists.
Well done to GFO Seb.
So, the final finishing order as it stands, GFO Seb taking first place around the streets of Singapore, starting 7th on the grid to first, making the one-stop strategy work. Dan Murphy from last on the grid to second. Pretty damn good race from me, you've got to say. John O'Cox in third, FTH in fourth, obviously both moving down with penalties. Energetics in 5th place, Maverick 6th, 7th, AP. 8th, we've got Ginger, 9th, Fuller, and 10th in the final position, BFD Ross on non-finishers, 10 cars. We've got TNR, Granty, Evil Hunter, LPE, Cosmos Wild, and Toon, Liam, and Samuel Bagos. So quite a lot of non-finishers this evening, Ben. What are your thoughts with the race?
Just trying to catch my breath.
Yeah,
so, I was going to say, GFO Seb winning on a one-stop. Don't know how he managed that, because everyone else needed numerous pit stops behind. Dan Murphy somehow looked absolutely hopeless around lap 17 to bring it home in P2. Jono making a rare mistake going into the back of TNR. So, action-packed race. Fantastic. This is why we all love Tuesday Night Racing, reverse grid.
Excellent night's racing from the guys. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Ben, thank you for joining in the commentary box as well.
Thank you for all the viewers as well, and thank you for doing commentary.
No problem whatsoever, guys. Don't forget, we will be live again tomorrow night, hopefully, for the WNR race, which I believe is